What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everyone.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. Oh, man, I hope everybody had a good weekend. Hopefully, everybody's having a great beginning of their week. I know Mondays are rough. That's why we put out episodes on Tuesday. So hopefully we can make your Tuesday a little bit better. We know we can't do nothing on a Monday. A Monday, like, everybody just hates Mondays. There's nothing really you can actually do to save a Monday. Got to win the lottery. And it has to be more than it has to be like more than $30, I think.
Yeah. Scratch it for $40. You get back what you're paid.
Yeah, exactly. If it like evens out and they're just like, oh, you could get more scratchers, is like, nah, it's still a terrible Monday.
Yeah, no.
You got to win like at least 100 mil or above
Mm-hmm.
to be a good Monday.
And even then, the odds, I feel like your odds aren't that good on a Monday anyway. They're just like, man, we don't want to, the universe is like, I don't want you here either. Like,
yeah. Well, what's good on a Tuesday, though, is to make sure that you guys go ahead and follow all of our handles, FilmBros Podcast on Twitter, on Instagram, wherever you guys get your podcasting needs. Go ahead and rate us on Spotify, follow us on YouTube, hit the notification bell. We're always posting there. And Josh, let them know if they want to contribute in the greatest of ways where they can do that at.
Buzzsprout links are in the bios that he just gave you. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. You follow us or subscribe, you get perks, shout outs during episodes, things like that. Stuff made for subscribers.
Yes, sir. So do that and keep a lookout. Follow our handles. That's where we interact with everybody. And yeah, you guys give us ideas for topics, movies to review, all this and that. But getting started with our first topic, okay? You just got done watching a movie with him in it. It's your boy Pete Davidson.
Not my boy.
Huh?
Not my boy.
Not your boy?
No.
I thought you liked him.
No.
I thought he was like, didn't you just say you liked him in Rise of the Beast? Right?
That's like one role out of all of his movies.
Nah. That's obviously.
He plays the same dude in all of his movies.
Did you feel like he played it the same way in this one?
Yeah, except he was just a robot. Except this time the writing was better, so it made me laugh.
Oh, he actually made you laugh.
Yeah, he had me. I got out of good chuckles at him. Yeah.
Okay, well, this might give you a good chuckle too.
He was like, I know this is like way off topic. He's like, can you believe it? Mark is leaving the funky punch. Like that had me dying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he had a couple good lines in there. But yeah, if something else is gonna make you a little bit happy is that, or depending on what side of the law you are, he's gonna be doing about 50 hours of community service for driving his car into Beverly Hills, into some random dude's home.
He crashed into some random dude's house?
Yeah. Now, this happened like... I want to say this happened like last year or something like that. So now he has to go to driving school, and now he's going to have to do 50 hours of community service. This had to be like a few months ago. He was going. I remember when it happened. I thought it was a little thing. Nobody really made a big deal about it. But I just thought it was kind of hilarious that if I were to crash my car in a Beverly Hills home, I feel like I'd be in jail.
Yeah.
For like a good chunk of time.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be out doing community service anywhere. So the fact that he's kind of getting off like that is kind of like, well, I guess that works. I wonder if he got a DUI for that one. It didn't really say in this report, but for a fact he crashed into that home.
Well, yeah, if he's going back to driving school, I'd imagine he got a DUI. Unless it was something way out of control and like his brakes just didn't work or something, and so he crashed. I don't know if they go that detailed, but yeah, I would imagine he got a DUI.
It says reckless driving.
He was just whipping his Lambo.
Yeah, basically.
He was like, watch me ghost ride my whip.
He was bumping. He was like, I'm Mirage. Oh shit. Been charged with misdemeanor counts of reckless driving, crashing a car in a Beverly Hills house in March. So this happened in March. Well, how many months ago was that? That was like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
like a couple months ago. Resulted in his involvement in serious collision of a home. No one was seriously injured. March 4th. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about any. My boy was doing donuts, lost control of his whip, and crashed. My boy Cheddar Bob the house. That shit was crazy with a car.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't know how else to cover this story other than that he's basically getting the fitting punishment. I'm sure if it was anyone else, they'd be facing jail time, but because he's famous, he's getting a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, 50 hours of community service. Though that has to be a lot, but at the same time, he doesn't look like above that. He looks like he'd just be just fine out there. You know what I mean? He wouldn't really.
You can see him in a orange jumpsuit. Is that Pete Davidson? What the fuck?
Would you stop to take a picture, or would you keep driving?
I'd keep driving.
Oh, you wouldn't be like, "Hey Pete, I know you.
No.
You were Mirage, my favorite character in Transformers." No, nothing like that.
He's not that big on my celebrity list to get an autograph from.
I wanted to see that new show, Bupkis. Bupkis.
Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. The Peacock one?
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like what's his name? Like Lil Dicky's show.
Mm-hmm. But with Pete
just
Davidson.
with Pete Davidson, basically. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about it other than that. I've seen a few trailers as ads, but never.
I put it on my watch list.
Thing.
Put it on my watch list. I haven't gotten around to it. I gotta get around to it.
Yeah.
You know, this fool came out with a season 2.
Did it already?
It did. Yeah, it dropped.
That's crazy.
Kind of excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah.
Probably started up pretty soon. But now that we got Pete Davidson out of the way, let's go ahead and actually hit the hard stuff, and that is pause. And that is the strike still ongoing, but it seems to be getting even worse. We are getting word that Disney's hiring scabs. They're hiring employees for AI work. It's insane. We'll go into it right now, but first, let's listen to what Bryan Cranston had to say. He basically gave a good speech, summing up everything that basically what the union wants and where everybody's at. He makes a good point to know that they know that they're wrong, but yet they're still pushing on, and not AFTA, but the studios.
Yeah.
So this is Bryan Cranston. Yeah, let's just listen.
There's been a lot of conversation about the differences between the AMPTP and what SAG-AFTRA is looking for in our compensation, in this contract. But there is one thing that we all agree on, even they agree on it, and that is our industry has changed exponentially. We are not in the same business model that we were even 10 years ago. And yet, even though they admit that that is the truth in today's economy, they are fighting us tooth and nail to stick to the same economic system that is outmoded, outdated. And we are all gathered here today in unity in front of an entity that is run by Disney. And now we've got a message for Mr. Iger. I know, sir, that you look through things through a different lens. We don't expect you to understand who we are, but we ask you to hear us, and beyond that, to listen to us when we tell you we will not be having our jobs taken away and giving to robots. We will not have you take away our right to work and earn a decent living. And lastly, and most importantly, we will not allow you to take away our dignity.
Well, there you go.
I don't know if you've seen it, but the girl in the right-hand corner was throwing up hella gang signs, my man.
She was just doing sign language.
Yeah. Who would have thought that when robots were going to take over, that they would go for the actors and writers' jobs first? That's just crazy.
That was not where I thought it was going first. I thought it would start with the working class.
I thought Skynet was just gonna like take over and just obliterate everybody and just walk all over us. But no, they're gonna take entertainment first. They're like, bleep bloop, we're taking your TVs.
Bleep, bleep bloop blop, Breaking Bad. Yeah, this is he's right. Obviously, they aren't in the same bracket as they were 10 years ago. Things have changed drastically, and like, it's so true. And Disney and all them wanting to hire AI workers and so on and so forth, just to keep their shit together. Like, I think the people accepting are kind of scummy, but obviously it's the main corporate guys that are just more scummy than them. Because I can understand scabs just trying to get a job. Maybe something that they wouldn't get because, you know, other writers, better writers, take their spot, and that's why they're scabs. But accepting it, knowing what's going on, when it's clearly a CEO problem and a company problem, like eventually they're gonna get the same treatment. So I mean, why would you choose something like that?
You know, like Bryan Cranston said, he doesn't know their point of view. He wouldn't know their point of view. There wouldn't be. They see dollar signs on a board, and that's how it's supposed to be for their position, at least. And so, the Hollywood Reporter, I guess, looked up job listings in AI, and half a dozen job postings from Disney said focused on AI and machine learning. That's what the job description was for that itself. Some of them say Imagineering team. The role basically says someone ambition to push the limits of what AI tools can create and understand the difference between the voice of data and the voice of designer, writer, or artist. The hire will collaborate with third-party studios, universities, organizations, and developers to evaluate, adopt, and integrate the latest generative AI. And these are paying up to $180,000 a year. An AI Netflix is hiring an AI product manager position for $900,000 a year. This is where I gotta quote you. You know, when you said this, I would always be like, well, you know, it's not that simple. No, it's not that simple. It can't be that simple. But I have to quote you this time, and I'm gonna use my best impression for you. Pay your people.
What the fuck? That doesn't sound like that.
Pay your fucking people. Like, pay your fucking people, bro. Like, they would rather get one person that could do all this AI shit, right? Do everything at the tap of a few fingertips and pay them $900,000 than spread out that $900,000 and possibly spent on a group of 4.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, and if that's for one person, if they weren't even paying them one individual that much, that's bad as in it. That is bad itself. So like, there's a big disconnect. Yeah, you can obviously pay this one person this much money and still be saving a lot of money, but that's still a lot of fucking money for one person, and you're just gonna consolidate these jobs into one person, this amount of money. That's, you know how many actors and actresses are gonna lose their fucking job?
Yeah. Paying one person to do all that, obviously, it's like, oh, he's doing all this work, he should get compensated fairly. But again, they can pay this man or person, whatever, $900,000. But yeah, they can't flesh it around a group table of 10 people writing their fucking stories or acting their fucking asses off. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them to be like this. And then again, you have the same cycle. Who's to say that they don't work this dude, like, you know, like to the bone, and then he gets fed up and he's like, well, my money isn't enough. You know, I want more.
Yeah.
And then, he's out of a job. Like, no, it's clearly a company like systematic thing going on, part of the corporate side of things, that's like stopping all this? Because that's all I can imagine.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because they're opening up 12 jobs. Each one of those jobs is offering about $180,000 per year. $180,000 per year. Per person. You couldn't just pay your writers that much? You couldn't just pay a person to write you a good-ass script this much money? Now, granted, you put more chips on the table when it comes to a human being, but you're still going to put that kind of faith into a robot which you feed it into an algorithm, and all of a sudden you think it thinks it knows what we want or whatever, and then eventually Skynet starts coming out, and the next thing you know, you're getting raped by a robot. It's crazy. I don't want to get raped by a robot.
Well, that's kind of extreme. I don't
know
where losing your job and getting raped by a robot is.
Just a Roomba knocks at your door.
It's there.
A Roomba knocks at your door, and it's like, I'm here for your job.
It's a Roomba with like an Apple Home or Google Home attached to its top.
Yeah.
Prepare to get
penetrated. It's so bad. That's where it just needs to go. That's where it got to boil down to. Is just pay your people at this point.
Yeah, pay your.
We're going on about 2 months of the strike already. Now another person that decided. Now it didn't make a big splash, quote unquote, but not quote unquote, but like a little pun intended. But Jason Momoa himself had donated a bunch of waters to.
Yeah, I saw that.
The SAG, and Dwayne Johnson donated money out there as well to help out. Like, you see that all these actors are working together. Why is Bryan Cranston making this speech? Where's Ben Affleck? Where's fucking Leonardo DiCaprio? Where the fuck is Keanu Reeves? Where the fuck is Chris Pratt? Where's James Gunn? Where's everybody at? Why aren't these big name stars coming up? Why are all these, no offense, Bryan Cranston, why are all these B-list actors the only ones out here trying to get their jobs saved, when if Dwayne Johnson made that speech and threatened to whoop Iger's ass, you bet your ass Iger would have been like, lock the doors. He's the Hulk. He's coming in.
If he's leading the charge, he's taking a few doors with him.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's a reputation thing, like, because once this happens and Hollywood gets back to normal, they'll be blacklisted. Who knows? And they're the ones that usually get the roles anyway. You always hear, "Oh, this role was made for Leonardo DiCaprio. This role was made for Ben Affleck," so on and so forth. Maybe they just don't want to lose that status by doing this, but like, why should that matter if that's the case?
You're supposed to be helping out.
Exactly.
Like I said, easy to put a couple million down when you're able to, $1 billion, whatever. Harder to go out there and actually, put your job on the line.
Do something.
And that's what all these people are doing. Their jobs are on the line. Where's Margot Robbie? Barbie's is a big hit right now. She could be out there right now trying to help negotiate some shit.
She's not going to want to do that.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. So Disney and ABC decided to hire their first round of scabs. And it's not for any major shows, but it is for soap operas. Basically, its longest running soap opera, called General Hospital, it's been running since 1963. So they wound up employing scab writers, and Shannon Peace decided to post it on Instagram and say this caption: "Starting next week, the show will be written exclusively by scab writers, which is heartbreaking. Daytime writers face a unique conflict during strikes. We hate to see our characters and storylines handed over to writers who cross the picket line, but we're also keenly aware that stopping production could spell the demise of soap operas. Hoping the AMPTP does the right thing soon, not just for writers, but for the integrity of storytelling." So for those that don't know, the AMPTP are the studios and all that are basically refusing to meet the middle ground with the Writers Guild, which is their union, and the SAG Guild, which is the actors and actresses. Pretty soon, it sounds like the Directors Guild are going to have to jump in there for solidarity. If they don't, that'll be a very big WTF moment, and it will really show what the fuck's about to happen next. So that we're going to wait on their response, see if they're going to stand in solidarity with them. It's been a long time since all three of them stood together. So if that happens...
You know Hollywood fucked up bad when all three of them band together like this.
It's insane. It's a big thing because how are we 2 months in, going on our third month of this strike, and we still haven't found middle ground? So many movies are getting pushed back. Deadpool 3
all the ones that were coming out
Deadpool
this
3 is
year.
not going to make it for a 2024 release if it doesn't get back on track at least before the summer ends. I know Disney's movie with Emma Stone got pushed back, and that was supposed to be like a award nominee kind of thing. Like they're trying to put it in one of the festivals, but they had to push it all the way back to December. That Zendaya movie that we had watched on the trailer of Challengers or whatever it was called, that's off the slate altogether. Beyond the Spider-Verse has been wiped away from Sony's slate.
It's not good.
Everything's getting
They
pushed
are
back.
fucking with my movies. It's time for me to step in.
What are you gonna do? You gonna write a check?
I'm gonna write a letter to Bob Iger and be like, pay your fucking people.
Write a letter. I'm taking. What is it? The pen is mightier than the sword, they say.
Yeah, either that, or we could just roll up on Disney.
You want to whoop Iger's ass?
I don't see why not.
You think he could fight?
I don't think so. He's probably one of those people that can't.
We just get McWrecked out there. The fuck?
we get our fucking asses whooped. That would be funny.
By
Just
Bob Iger himself. He's like, I know jujitsu.
He's like, I've been waiting for this. Rips his sleeves off. He's just yoked beneath his suit.
He's like, you never seen me and Batman in the same room together. Jesus, what do you do? What do you do? And then you see Chapek come out in Robin's uniform, and you're just like, what the fuck's gonna happen?
Oh my
here?
god,
It's bad. Yeah, I guess echoing Josh one more time. Pay your people. It's insane that we're at this point where they're just refusing. They're allowing all these people to throw these movies back. Directors are saying they want their movies pushed back. They don't want no press for their movies. Blue Beetle is a sad one because that's just... It seems like DC can't catch a break because they couldn't even shift the release date back. They just had to kind of hope for the best at this point, and they're still not even promoting that damn thing.
It's not gonna be good.
Eventually, they're gonna run out of rope
For sure.
But I'm sure the guilds are gonna not make it.
Yeah, no. It's all bad. It's all very bad. This shit should not be going on this long. Just pay your people. My God, it's not that hard.
It is not that hard. We'll keep you guys updated, but the guild, it's holding strong. Everybody's still holding strong. Studios are still not budging. Apparently, there is some that see eye to eye with some things, but there's just a couple things on there that they cannot get behind at all. And I'm sure it has to do with, like, saving money in the future type shit, like being able to use a likeness and all that nonsense.
It's more than likely. And, like, using likeness is crazy shit. Because, yeah, I know you can sign your whole image away and stuff, but that's crazy. Because that just means they can use it without paying you.
And that's not bad. Like, I get it. It's kind of like what they did with The Flash with Christopher Reeves. Was it disrespectful? Fuck yeah. But if it was done right, wouldn't it have been epic? You know? Wouldn't it have been cool if it was done a little bit better? Instead of just looking at them like a couple of animals in a petting zoo and then moving on type shit. If it was done better, it would have been a better send-off. It's cool that they can do that. It's just when they can do that, and then on top of that, make sure you pay somebody for that shit. You know, if that relative themselves is, you know, passed away or whatever, send it to their children. Have them send residual checks, because that tells you that they're still paying their people to this day, especially with hit shows. There's no reason for anybody who's on a hit show or a hit movie to not see residual checks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think, who was it? The dude that plays Stifler in American Pie. Sean William Scott. He was saying that he only got paid like $8,000 per movie, and he had to get like a job as like a corn dog salesman or something in a zoo or some shit. So it was weird. And the dude that was I think it was Phil of the Future's dad or whatever, he posted a residual check that said $0 from Disney. And it's like, it was like, well, I mean, I know that show is old, but people still watch it on Disney Plus and stuff, you know? People pop it on. I watched it at one point.
You should be getting something.
At least something. I think Homeboy, the dude from Ned's Disclassified, the lead star, he said that Nickelodeon, the way they did their contracts back then, was that they paid their guest stars more than their actual stars that were on Nickelodeon, because there were a bunch of obviously nobody kids or whatever, and they would tell them like, we can recast you right now. If they try to like renegotiate the contracts, they were like, we can recast you. So they were kind of like there.
Yeah.
So I mean, studios are a dirty business. They are a dirty business. It's just, what was that one clip too where that girl was talking about like exposing like sexual harassment in Hollywood, stuff like that, like all that.
The one we covered a while back about Babylon.
Yeah, about Babylon.
I can't remember the actress name.
Yeah, like this is all the stuff that needs to be out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
Why now? You can say, oh well, there's a sucker born every day, right? Somebody's gonna want to be famous, right? You're gonna do whatever you want to do, but just because they would do anything to be famous, why do they have to do anything to be famous? You know, why isn't it, if they're good actors, why do they still have to like put their blood in ink and fucking sell their souls and be like, oh shit, if you don't make money, we're gonna blacklist you and you're never gonna see the light of day again ever? You know, it's insane how it's so. You gotta kiss somebody's ass along the way or do some dirty shit in order to be in a certain spot.
Yeah, honestly, couldn't have said it better myself, dude. It's just a matter of paying your people, Bob Iger.
Pay your people.
Pay your fucking people.
Very nice.
Don't make fun of me.
Huh?
Don't make fun of me. That's not how I talk.
What? I'm not making fun of you. I'm laughing with you.
No,
not at you.
Pay your people.
Pay your people.
Oh my god.
Moving on though. And this is why Margot Robbie's probably not out there doing anything like that. Mattel execs are coming out with a plethora of brands now that Barbie has literally skyrocketed to about 700 million. I was like, plethora? I thought you were going to say something.
No, plethora of movies.
Yeah.
There's Hot Wheels, there's Uno, there's a ton of shit here.
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get to that. So about 14 movies are currently in development with Mattel. Barbie doing so well. It has one of the strongest second week openings. It's becoming one of the highest grossing movies of 2023.
Yeah.
Made over what Black Adam and Shazam made combined, and I'm only talking about I know that you guys are like, oh, you always bring up DC. Well, WB owns both, but WB is in charge of Barbie and them. So if their superhero genre is not doing too well, and a Barbie movie is, that tells you a lot about the brand right now. So the Mattel executives basically said, Barbie as a brand has many different iterations. The product lines of Barbie is a very broad brand. In addition to the main Barbie figure, she has family. She has a lot of elements around in her universe. It's a very rich universe. It's a very broad and very elastic brand in terms of opportunities. At the outset, we're not saying, okay, let's think already about movie 2 and 3. Let's get the first one right and make that a success. And if you do that, opportunities open up very quickly. Once you establish the first movie as a successful representation of a franchise on the big screen, Successful movies lend themselves to more movies. Our ambition is to create film franchises. And we got a whole list of what movies are down the pipeline and what they're going to be looking like. But let's go ahead and address that first and say, WTF, why does a toy brand think that they can just make movies? I understand a franchise is the goal and having a franchise, but why don't we have realistic ambitions, right? Why don't we learn how to walk before we crawl? Didn't we learn our lesson with the Monster Universe? Didn't we learn our lesson with DC?
Yeah.
Isn't this a lesson to be learned? Don't jump into cinematic universes just because the other person has it. It needs to be cohesive. Barbie as a brand makes sense, and I would understand that they make more Barbie movies.
Yeah.
Some of these movies on this list are like, what the fuck are you guys smoking? And why are these executives thinking that this is something that is possible, right?
Man, this is this is just so dumb. How do you make a movie about any of that? Barbie 2, I saw that, and I don't know if you saw what Cillian Murphy said about it, where he was like, "Oh, I wouldn't mind playing a Barbie or whatever." Did you see that?
Yeah, he said, "Let me see a script."
Yeah,
let me see a script.
And I was throwing out the idea where, like, what if they just make him Scientist Barbie or Scientist Ken? That shit would be kind of funny.
Barbenheimer for real?
Yeah, Barbenheimer. But what do you call it? Realistically, they say this about Barbie, and I'm kind of glad that Greta Gerwig said that she doesn't have any plans for part 2 yet.
Yeah,
which gives me faith that at least if sequels happen, it won't be with her. That way her hands stay clean, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mattel trying to do their own like toy cinematic universe, it sounds dumb. It's not gonna work. Uno, Magic 8 Ball, like who the fuck?
Yeah. Well,
Hot Wheels.
Maybe the way they describe the movies might draw your attention. No? Maybe. Let's go. I'm gonna do it anyway, so we can go ahead and just try to contrast. So, Barney is being produced by Daniel Kaluuya. He was in Black Panther. He was the friend that turned evil. He was in Nope, Get Out. He was the lead star in Get Out. He was also the lead star in Nope. And it's basically described as an A24 type surrealistic movie. Saying that I don't know that it's necessarily going to be darker. It's just going to be unique. More like a being John Malkovich or an adaptation. Any movie that has Barney is not certainly going to be straightforward. We're not making Ted, if you know what I mean. And that's basically it. That's basically the way that he described it. An A24 type surrealistic movie. Not necessarily a dark tone, he said, but not. They're basically going to take Barney seriously. They're going to take a purple dinosaur seriously.
Not even Barney, like the guy in the suit, or just like the purple dinosaur.
I think it's going to be a real purple dinosaur. I think it's going to probably be a CGI dinosaur.
That'd be so weird. Yeah, no.
If they could do it without making it look like a monstrosity, I might take a peek. But I don't even know if
that's a big ass if.
I don't think I could ever be like, come on, guys, let's go watch Barney. Let's go watch Barney.
Big ass if.
I mean, if Daniel Kaluuya is signing his name onto it, it's
that's
kind of...
Maybe if they can focus on the element where it's just like him and like a few other strangers just trapped in the middle of nowhere or whatever. At least.
And Barney's like a serial killer?
That could be nice. Either that or if Barney, like if they take him out of the suit or whatever, and then it's like, oh, the man behind the mask, and like give him an addiction or something, like show us something, like that's what I imagine. But why would you need to make a Barney movie?
Money.
So, still stupid.
It is stupid.
Still sounds dumb. How you make a dark and gritty Barney movie?
How do you even pitch that? That you're just like, hear me out. Barney, Dark Knight Rises.
Get this man a deal. Like, no, that doesn't make sense. Imagine that shit though. How you'd make a dark and gritty Barney movie, right? Like, not for teenagers, not for kids, but for adults. I really imagine it's gonna handle him out of the suit, or that would be the smart thing.
Well, it's gonna be an interesting take. We're also getting a Polly Pocket.
What the fuck is that?
They already got a studio signed on. It's gonna be MGM. You don't know what a Polly Pocket is?
No.
You remember those the dolls? No, it's probably before your time. Star is Lily Collins. I don't know who that is. Writer director Lena Dunham says it will be a micro doll in a family comedy. That's what it's being described as. It says it has a great script. That there's already a script. First of all, there are two of my favorite ladies ever, Collins and Dunham. It's been an amazing collaboration. Lena is so collaborative and rolls up her sleeve and really likes to roll around in her notes and listen. She's incredible. Lily is so smart and specific and so productual. It's just been an incredible collaboration, so we are thrilled about it. Hopefully we'll be making that at some point in the future, says Brenner, which is the CEO for...
Oh my God.
The CEO for
Mattel,
yeah. Polly Pocket, it's those little dolls, man. You never seen the... You're so young.
Yeah.
Full of youth, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at you.
It just doesn't make sense. I don't know any... okay, I know what Barney is, obviously, but everything else I don't care for. Uno... Power 8 ball, whatever.
That's a Polly Pocket.
Oh, what the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah. There used to be all kinds of different things. There's like a mermaid Polly Pocket. There was like a fairy Polly Pocket. It used to be like the before I think it was before those chubby dolls started becoming a thing with the hair. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about this one, Chief.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about a Polly Pocket. That's probably, who knows if it does numbers like Barbie, though. It's coming from a different studio, too, so. Yeah. And Hot Wheels, we talked about this one a couple episodes ago. If you guys want to go check that out, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, so go check that. Check out all our older episodes if you guys want to be 100% caught up. Obviously, Warner Brothers took the rights for Hot Wheels. J.J. Abrams will be producing this movie. He said it was going to be grounded and gritty. Real characters you can relate to, there are three-dimensional and have emotional journeys. Yeah. He wants to make a movie that's fun and exciting, but has real emotion and real stakes to it. Hot Wheels.
Oh my God.
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, no. I don't have anything more to say about these fucking movies. These sound dumb.
That sounded dumb to you? That didn't sound
dumb.
cool? Grounded and gritty. Hot Wheels?
No.
Grounded and gritty. Barney?
No.
They're like, hear me out. Barney meets Hereditary. Jesus.
No.
That'd be terrible.
My God. It's not even him that's like possessing him. He's one of the naked bodies everywhere.
Yeah. You hear his theme song before he gets you.
Yeah, no. This is all dumb.
No?
You're
not rocking with it?
Whatever they're cooking doesn't smell good.
Throw it out the kitchen.
This isn't good. Throw this shit away.
Fuck. Next we have Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Studio Universal. Universal took the rights for this one. Vin Diesel will star in this one. Ryan Angle will be the writer. Not much is said, but Brenner says Vin is excited and we're working on developing a script and we're all very excited about it. Yeah, right. Okay, sure.
Finally, a movie that doesn't involve him with a car or jumping out of a fucking tent.
I swear to God, if we get a movie where The Rock grumbles the words, Rock'em and Sock'em, I will 100% throw my shoe at the movie screen. if he says those lines,
rock him and sock him.
yeah, if he says those lines throughout that and any part of that movie, I am throwing my shoe at the movie theater screen. We're going to the movie theaters, and I'm gonna.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching this shit.
Yeah.
You
No,
are not dragging me to this one.
no, not this
I'm
one.
sorry.
You don't want to
No.
see Vin Diesel and a rock and sock.
Why would I want to see that? Why would I want to see that?
That was not like on your bucket list. You never
No.
thought about like, I want to rock and sock robots.
No, I
movie
could probably
made one
watch
day.
that shit on streaming. No.
That's a streaming movie
Yeah,
for you.
you're not gonna show me that shit. In theaters.
Agree- okay.
I'd rather die.
Agreed. Magic 8 Ball is described as it will probably be a PG-13 thriller. Let me find out. The Magic 8 Ball is going to be fucking possessed. And he's going to shake it. And it's going to be like, you're going to die, bitch. And then, like, I don't know, 8 balls are going to shoot at him through the
It's
walls.
gonna be like, am I gonna die? Outcome seems likely. Fucking dies.
Yeah. You just
Like,
drops to the floor.
yeah, that's what I imagine.
A Magic 8 Ball movie. Look forward to that one. Masters of the Universe. Now, we did say that recently fell through over there at Netflix.
Yeah.
They spent like about $90 million. According to Netflix, they spent only about $30 million developing it. Insiders say $90 million. But they wound up doing away with it. So Mattel says that this one has been in development for numerous years in different homes. I mean, we talked about it. It went to WB, it went to Netflix, it's been to Sony at one point. Everybody just is like, this is not gonna work, and for some reason they're still shoving it to their faces like, I'm telling you, He-Man's gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, it's not gonna work.
Keep trying, man.
But they still do have the West Side Story star Kyle Allen to star as He-Man. No matter where that script and that movie goes, or that concept, whatever, he's going with it. He's like, I am this person. So he is 100% just staying tied on, or maybe, contract says we paid for him. We're going to use him,
Oh, man.
Major Matt Mason is the next movie. It's going to star Tom Hanks. We got writers Akiva Goldsmith and Michael Chabon. It says Hanks will star as the Mattel astronaut action figure from the 1960s who lives and works on the moon. That might be interesting. I might be okay with that. Imagine life on the moon.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
Don't put him in any pitch meetings, man. He's never going to say yes to anything. You're going to be like, hear me out. They're going to go poom, pep, poom, ping, pow. And he's going to be like, no, I don't want that.
That's not true.
That sounded cool?
No. I mean, not that sounded cool, but like I have nice ideas that could be put to better use. And this sounds like they were just high one time and they were like, wow, Barbie worked out so well. How do we change up the next ones?
They're like, Uno, which is the next movie on the list. Uno has writer Marcy Kelly on there. And they just said the top performing card game in the world will now become a movie. I better see motherfuckers fighting each other when that draw 4 fucking drops. I want hand-to-hand combat. When that reverse stack happens, I want them to hang themselves at the table.
God damn.
Because that's how I feel every time that happens. I'm like, might as well. You guys just ruined my whole fucking career, and I'm tired of it.
I was expecting you to be like, you just call me slurs. You know what I mean? Like, like that shit sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, +4. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I imagine.
But yeah, so it's gonna get very. I hope this stays true and it gets very competitive. And I don't even know. I don't even know how you can make a movie out of Uno. How do you make a movie out of Uno?
I don't know. They can do it though, apparently.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Next up is Wishbone, Studio Universal. Producer Peter Farley. The literally Jack Russell Terrier who became famous on PBS in the 90s will now star in his own family-friendly adventure comedy produced by the Dumb and Dumber filmmaker. Throw that shit in the fucking trash, bro. I don't want to. I just sounded stupid. That sounded dumb.
Yeah, no. Doesn't make sense.
That sounded dumb. Matchbox by Skydance. Writer David Coggeshall. An action movie will be based on the legendary toy cars that were invented in 1953.
All these sound dumb.
A ringity bell?
What?
A ringity bell?
No.
That doesn't ring any bells for you? No? Thomas and Friends? I think I can. The fucking train? No way. Director Mark Forster is signed on. The World War Z and Monster Ball director will helm a fantasy film based on the children's animated Train series. How are they going to do that, though? How are they going to make those creepy-ass cars turn into something? Or not cars, trains.
Trains.
The creepy-ass trains with the creepy-ass faces. How are they going to do this? No? You're saying no?
It's not going to happen.
Shaking your head no?
Yes.
I know you want to talk shit about this show. Why don't you say something?
Because I've said it all. Because it sounds dumb. It sounds so dumb. There's only so many ways I could say dumb about this certain thing.
I think you should start learning different languages and start saying them in different
It'll
languages.
be dumb in every other language. Stupid.
You should say dumb in Chinese.
No. No,
Whoa. Christmas Balloon is the last movie.
Christmas Balloon
is the last movie on the list. Writer Gabriela Rivera Lugo. Producer Chris Lemos. Not based on a toy, but based on a true story of when Mattel donated toys to help make a young girl's dream come true. After she tied her Christmas list to a balloon that was found by a grieving couple who worked with the toy company to fulfill the girl's wishes, Mattel looks to produce a family drama drawing from that story. See, that sounds nice. Out of all this list, that is the only movie that sounds actually heartwarming and something that can actually feel good. And that's all original. Stuff that was ripped from real life. These people say Hot Wheels, dark and gritty. Barney, scary as fuck. How do we go so far and wide from what like they were originally meant to be?
I couldn't tell you, man. I don't know where we got lost in translation, but I just know we're lost. Or
It
the
can't
studios
be
are
found.
Lost.
It
Yeah,
cannot-
no. This is all just ridiculous stuff.
I don't know though, but you guys out there, let us know whatever you guys are excited for. This is an insane roster of movies. A really insane roster of movies in itself. Like I would have never thought these movies in a million years would have been made. If you would have told me about yesterday if an Uno movie was gonna be made, I would have been like, "You're smoking crack. How could they ever make an Uno movie?"
Basically, how do you make an Uno movie?
How do you make an Uno movie?
You just smoke enough crack and it'll be there.
I swear, he was in there pitching this movie, and they were like, "No," and then he like threw an Uno reverse card down, and he was like, "You know," and they're like, "Son of a bitch, get this guy a movie deal right now."
Yeah, no.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was as simple as that.
JJ, good luck with Hot Wheels.
All of these down the pipeline, apparently, if they pay their fucking people. 14 movies that Mattel is planning to deliver to the world. I really don't know who brought this idea up, but I'll tell you right now, it shouldn't have been done at all, whatsoever. So, but somebody who's not getting a reboot and or a franchise whatsoever at all is Zachary Levi. Going on a podcast, you heard me try pulling this up earlier. I was kind of listening to it.
He doesn't even know.
I just couldn't. I couldn't listen to his voice. So I'm gonna read the quote, and they basically asked if he met with. He talked to the Film Up podcast, and was asked if he has any doubts of the future with of his future with the DCU. If he believes that he's gonna have any room in the new DCU.
He doesn't know.
And he says, "I don't know what the future holds because Fury of the Gods was not well received. I have no idea where we go from here." And we already knew this. Like I said, he had that meltdown.
He just doesn't know.
We talked about it. We played that meltdown in our older episodes. And I, for one, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. This guy can, honestly, you know, I finally figured it out. You told me how you feel about Pete Davidson. This is how I feel about Zachary Levi. I fucking hate this man to his core. I don't like him as an actor. And after seeing him, like, after seeing Shazam 2 and seeing the way that he acted, like, I can't even go back and see Shazam 1 anymore. And I actually enjoyed that movie, the Billy Batson part. But now I'm just like, I can't even, like, support anything he does because Homeboy just had, like, this fucking crazy-ass meltdown, gaslighted fans like fucking crazy, blamed a certain portion of the internet for his film flopping, fucking begged people to go watch his movie, told people not to go watch John Wick 4. I don't give a...
I totally forgot he did that.
Yeah, bro. He literally said, oh, you can go watch John Wick 4. You know, they got pew, 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 but it's not a family movie. Like, you think I'm going to John Wick 4 because it's a family movie, you fucking dumbass? Like, I'm not taking the kids to go watch Shazam 2.
No.
That's... Oh, my God.
He just doesn't know. He doesn't know, and James Gunn is not going to tell him. He's not going to tell him. He's not going to be like, hey, you're kind of fired, because they're kind of homies, he said.
I want to see James Gunn's voicemail. He's just going to play, is going to be like, 150 messages from Zachary Levi. Hey, come on, man.
I need a job.
Hey, I can still play Billy. I'm good.
Oh my God, he's like, I'm not 52. I can play. I saw you guys, Nathan Fillion. He's 50.
I still got it in me. Look, listen.
Shazam! Yeah, no, he just doesn't know yet. He doesn't know that he's not playing Shazam anymore, and
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna send him into a midlife crisis.
I think he does know. It's just, I think James Gunn is just like, man, I don't want to tell him. Who's gonna tell him?
He's just ducking him. He's
yeah,
just ducking his calls.
And then he can't he can't. James Gunn can't be like just send him a letter, because then Zachary Levi's gonna be like, well, what the fuck? He never even called me in or nothing. Because he called in Henry Cavill. He said that they sat down, they talked. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot. He had a conversation with everybody. So if he doesn't sit down and have a conversation with Zachary Levi, that tells you a lot too.
This is now you know.
He's just like, ooh. He's on my itinerary.
He's like, God, is there any way I could cancel this meeting? But yeah, he just doesn't know. And I saw he called people on the internet harsh or whatever because they said his movie was kind of bad, and I'm like, well, you kind of deserve it. I'm not saying to like send death threats to his family or nothing, but like he deserves the bad viewing because of the way he acted after Shazam 2 flopped.
Yeah. I say that to really put it down because I didn't like how he went on that big ass rant, blamed a bunch of people. I felt like he blamed a lot of people except for himself. And that's fucking crazy. And he was like, oh, you think I didn't want Henry Cavill to come in? Oh, I wanted him so bad to show up at the end of Shazam.
We didn't plan on making him headless, but he was because of studio stuff. It's not my fault. Like, dog, we don't care about any of that.
Yeah, let me address it on Shazam 2. Yeah. Because Shazam 2 is doing poorly. Let me not have done it.
Let me pull a card out of the Rock's book. Like, no, that's not the formula you want to use.
Oh, the Snyder Cut? Yeah, that doesn't exist. You remember that? You remember that, Zachary Levi? You remember that little fucking, you little dumbass fucking... Oh, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. Oh, fucking stupid motherfucker. I swear to God, bro. I smash Zachary Levi's face into the ground, bro. I don't even care.
Yeah, no. Not very good. He's clearly fired, and James just doesn't know how to tell him.
He's just trying to save face.
He's like, sure, bro. Well, I'll catch up with you later when I finish writing Superman. And then later comes, and he's just never calls him.
I'm still available for Shazam 3. I haven't filled up the slot yet.
He's like, Shazam 3. he's like, oh, Zachary, sounds good. I'm going through a tunnel. Hangs up.
My people call your people.
Block him. No, block his fucking number. Like,
Zachary Levi looked like the type of dude to call from a different number just see if he answers.
Damn.
Oh, Zachary,
goofy ass.
You tried it. But I don't even think I've seen him in any other movie.
Not recently, no.
It is what it is. Hey man, you do what you got to do, bro. More power to you. If you beg for your job and you get it back, you're a weasel, but you're a weasel with a job.
I mean, yeah, at least you put in the effort to get it back.
Yeah, it is what it is. Zachary, you do your thing. Invincible 2, though. Apparently, a lot of people are convinced all over Twitter that we're going to be seeing Spider-Man in season 2.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah. Apparently, because of the teaser, I guess on his phone, he was reading the issue where in real life, they actually crossed over in a comic book, Invincible and Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. So a lot of fans kind of speculated from there that was happening. But then also when a producer decided to come out and say that there will be multiverse shenanigans happening within season 2, because obviously it is a hot ticket right now, multiverse stuff. Everybody's doing it, so why not them too? That they believe that they might potentially be seeing a little Spider-Man crossover.
And then there's Josh Keaton, voice actor, and then multiverse stuff. Mm-hmm. And then people were also like, "Oh, well, Amazon works with Sony too."
Yeah, because they got the Silk show that's supposed to be coming out, a couple animation ones for Spider-Man.
So he could be coming. He could be coming in.
You think they might be on the money? People might be on the money with this one. We might see a Spider-Man come through in Invincible. Well, let's be honest. I mean, Invincible is kind of like a bloody, really bad, vulgar world, you know? Is Spider-Man... Is Sony going to want Spider-Man to be associated with that?
Well, when he leaves... Well, it's because it's Invincible that gets teleported to Spider-Man's world. So he gets teleported into Marvel. So maybe he'll be more tame there. That's why when I heard this, I was like, that is going to be the most tame Invincible episode we see if it comes to happen. This would be cool. I'm not too mad about this. This would actually be pretty awesome.
Like epic fan service type shit, or what?
Yeah, especially if they animate him like perfectly, like that would be fucking sick.
Who would be the voice actor though
for Spider-Man? Josh Keaton.
He's the one that plays. Who? Which Spider-Man?
Spectacular. I want to say Spectacular. Don't quote me. Hold on.
I was gonna say, what if you hear Toby's voice come out of there?
Well, then that would be fucking sick. No, everything else can go out the window. No, yeah, he was the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spectacular. Very spectacular. Yeah, it's been a rumor. Nothing's been confirmed. The people love to toy around with the idea, especially the producer, I'm sure, because that's going to get more people to want to watch, right?
Yeah. That would be something to definitely bring eyes on for sure. He was Hercules? That's crazy. He was in Voltron, Metal Gear. Yeah. But everyone knows about Spider-Man. So when they saw that name, everyone was just like, oh, you know, jumping at the opportunity to say Spider-Man.
So you are riding that train that might happen.
Yes.
I mean, fingers crossed. I can't say no because I don't want to not breathe it into life, but it'd be cool to see if they don't tame that episode and Spider-Man gets fucking bloody with them. That'd be nice.
Maybe. I don't know.
If Sony has the balls. I don't know if they got the balls for that, though.
No, because even then he can't smoke, he can't drink, he can't do any of that stuff.
What if he, like, one of the Invincible characters jumps through and Spider-Man just, like, fucking uppercuts his head clean off?
That would be pretty cool. Like Mortal Kombat style type shit.
Yeah.
That would be kind of nice.
That'd be, like, fucking vicious. That'd be some dope ass shit. Make it happen. Get the balls.
Make it happen.
Grow the balls. Come on now. Moving on though, we're hearing that for those people that love Star Wars, they love lightsaber fights. Apparently, you're gonna get that in the Alkalite. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get some.
We won. We fucking won.
And not just some epic lightsaber fights, but some epic hand-to-hand combat. So before the strike, they appeared on the Dagobah Dispatch podcast, and they were basically talking about, I think we talked about a portion of that podcast on one of our older episodes as well. they basically said, Barnett said that the Alkalite in its High Action Republic department, one notable source of inspiration was the Phantom Menace, beloved Darth Maul lightsaber duel. Saying that, I will say too, not to shade, but we have a lot more tangible physical moves than I saw in that fight. He says, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I will say there's a lack of guns, which personally, as someone who loves fighting and stunts and stuff I love, because it gives you that body-to-body choreography, that dance feeling. It actually looks like a real fight as opposed to just I point and I shoot, which is kind of an easy cop-out in a way. We get a lot of that body-to-body. Fucking Star Wars throwing hands like Ip Man?
Yeah?
Like the Matrix, just
fucking going at it? That would be fucking cool. The only thing that would be a problem would be all the jump cuts, which I know Star Wars isn't really known for. But
it depends. I that's one thing for me too, is that I'm hoping that we don't get all that, because there's some movies that have like crazy jump cuts, bro. Like hella throughout the like editing and stuff. And I'm hoping that this doesn't happen. I'm hoping we're getting some good long shot action choreography fights, because they said Duel of Fates, bro. They said that's how high they're going.
Exactly. See, so you have nothing to worry about. We'll be fine.
I'm hoping. Disney hasn't really been doing it justice. Like I said, they perfected the lightsaber in the movies. The TV shows not so much. Ahsoka, I'm hoping, is gonna do better. The choreography, fighting wise, same thing. I mean, in Boba Fett, we literally seen Homeboy do a quick spin move and shoot a blaster for no reason.
He didn't have a lightsaber. Those don't count.
I know, but he even said in this quote too that people use guns as a kind of an easy cop out than fighting, and that's what I think a lot of the times that's what Star Wars does, because it's not really like, I mean, when they do fight or whatever, it's more like just regular one dude beating on another dude in the middle of the fucking street type shit, unless you're like a Jedi, and then you kind of get those whatever, like those fast hand to hand movements. So you don't really see that often. And I think the only time we really seen that happen was in the Clone Wars. I don't even think we've seen that in live action. I think in live action it's mostly the lightsabers.
Yeah. So yeah, I would imagine it'd be difficult to do all that. But if they can get it done, shit, power to them. Again, this is an absolute W. We just got to worry about jump cuts.
Hopefully people watch this one.
I would imagine,
because it's gonna have lightsaber fights.
High Republic and their baby minds need lightsabers.
How much you want to bet Soup's gonna be like, oh, lightsabers?
Exactly,
I fucking love it. Those fucking nerds on that one podcast are gonna be like, give me more.
Yeah.
The dude with the buck teeth is gonna be like, yeah.
That's fucked up.
You know what irritated me about that dude?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the clip, but it's been going around too. Is where like he unzips his shirt and he's because the dude asked him like, do you think that James Gunn's gonna like
oh yeah, I saw this
produce like or get a good reboot or whatever? Basically the question I asked you like a few episodes back, and Homeboy like unzipped his shirt. He has James Gunn shirt. He's like, James Gunn. I'm like, man,
take his balls out your mouth. Fuck.
And out your asshole. That shit's fucking crazy, bro. I was doing too much. I couldn't deal with it. But speaking of James Gunn, it sounds like we're getting a little bit closer to what apparently everybody and their mamas want, and that's Jimmy Olsen with Skylar Gisanato. He was in Family Vacation. He was the older brother in Family Vacation.
Oh, that's where he looks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of what other movies he was in off top. Can't really think of other ones off top. Best known for playing Gideon in Righteous Gemstones. Oh, he was in Licorice Pizza. So that's pretty good. And both Amazing Spider-Man movies? What? No, he wasn't.
What?
He was in both Amazing Spider-Man movies? That's what this comicbookmovie.com says.
Ain't no way. What's his name?
Skylar Gisondo. Gisondo. Dio.
You said G-I-S.
And Gisondo.
Oh, here. Okay. Photos.
They're probably confusing him with
He was in Booksmart. You know,
Booksmart. That's the movie.
Yeah, no. I think they got him confused
With Harry Osborn?
the dude, yeah. The other guy.
I'm fucking dead.
I'd be mad as fuck. I'm not that guy.
Hey, comicbookmovie.com, bro.
Get your shit together.
Hey, bro, you need to check your facts, bro. That shit was crazy.
That dude was in Valorant, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he was in Valorant.
He was in Valorant. He was in
the Cure,
not
the
Project X, Chronicle.
Chronicle, yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the Cure for Wellness.
Yeah. What the fuck? That's not this guy.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. What the fuck?
But either way, we know who he is, and this is who apparently is the front runner to play Jimmy Olsen in Superman Legacy.
Yeah, he would. He looks like the type. He was in The Quarry.
Yeah, he was in the game. You don't remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, he was in the game. He spoiler, he died early on.
Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh yeah, he was the son in that one too. I fucking love that show. I'm mad fucking Netflix canceled that one. Fucking assholes.
Oh, he was in TASM too.
When?
He's the son. He's Gwen Stacy's brother. You know when they're at the dinner table, and in the first one, or I guess he was in The Amazing Spider-Man. In the first one, where he's like when Peter's talking to Captain Stacy, and he's like, "What do you think we do all day? Just have our thumbs up our asses or whatever?" And then that's him. He's the kid that goes, "Up your what, Dad?" That's him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Back when he was young as shit. But yeah, that's what IMDb said, and I was like, "Oh, now I remember where he's from."
Oh, I've never seen him. I've never seen him before in those ones, but I've seen him in other things. So, Family Vacation, most notable. The whole bag bit where he's looking out the window and he's seeing the girl, and then the brother just comes in and just shows hilarious. But yeah, looks like the safe bet. Still not locked in yet, and they can't really do any announcements right now. There is a strike going on.
Yeah.
But apparently he is still the top contender. He fits the role. He looks like it.
Yeah, apparently he's the guy.
It's the safest bet. Might as well.
Yeah, he looks fine if you're into Jimmy Olsen.
If James Gunn has the balls, he'll put a bullet in between his forehead in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
I know. If he was a real one, but he's not.
No.
So he's going to stay around for a trilogy or whatever.
No.
He's going to get real character development.
Holy shit.
Oh, you Superman fans keep sucking on this dude's knob. I didn't even know he existed. Like
nobody. Apparently
he's a big fucking deal. The Superman mythos.
He's in 160 comic books, and he's Superman's best friend. And
one time in the comics where he got radiation, people really want to see that. Like, what the fuck? Like,
it is what it is,
dude. People are stupid.
But to just wash down this episode, let's go ahead and react to a trailer.
What trailer?
And you just kind of demanded that, so now I don't want to give it.
Well, no, I want to. What's the trailer?
But. Can you tell me the trailer?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it is Exorcist Believer. Coming from Universal Pictures. This is the one that you said we've been hearing some bad test screenings from.
Yeah.
David Green's...
it just changed titles, too.
Yeah, David Green is directing this one. He did make the Halloween trilogy. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and then Halloween Ends.
Mm-hmm.
Coming back to do Exorcist. Like I said in the last episode, you guys can go catch it, but I'll recap it real quick. If this was Halloween 2018, I would have been super excited for this movie, right? If he was hot off the heels off that one. But I seen how he slowly declined and went to end. So hopefully with the first one, he did not come out swinging with 2018. So hopefully with this one, he'll do the same thing, but just don't give him the reins to fucking sequels.
Maybe.
Because that Halloween Ends was...
Well, isn't it...
Halloween Ends is not a terrible movie, but it's not the best.
This has to be... Well, this is like a legacy sequel.
This one, yeah. And I even heard the original girl was going to come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? You want to just jump right in?
Yeah, I got nothing to say about it. Let's just get right in it then. Let's get her done.
Good day. Hey, be home by dinner.
I love you. Good morning, Mr. Fielding.
Morning, Catherine. And here are your daughters, Angela and Catherine. It's about 7 hours ago, and that's the last information we have.
Catherine!
Angela?
If you can hear this, we love you. Please come home.
Hey, you found her?
What are you and Catherine doing out there in those woods?
We were just walking and walking. That's all I remember.
Angela, can you tell your dad how long you were gone?
A few hours.
Baby, you've been gone 3 days.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Thought I heard you say something.
Hey, baby. You okay?
Wherever those girls went, they brought something back with them.
The body and the blood of Jesus Christ.
Body in the blood? Body in the blood?
Catherine.
Body in the blood. The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
Catherine!
The body in the blood. The body in the blood.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Mommy?
No, but there are people out there who have.
You have some experience with possession.
Yes, more than I'd like.
I believe you can help get our girls back.
Exorcism is a ritual. Every culture, every religion, they all use different methods. It's going to take all of them.
Don't be scared,
We've met before.
Mother.
What did you do?
Is that Catherine's heartbeat?
They're beating in sync.
God played a trick on you.
It looks fine. Like, I don't know.
It had me, and then I think the premise looks good. I think the execution is gonna be bad. I think I don't like that they're using the young girl to come back as like, okay, she was only possessed. How is she gonna help you in any shape, form, or way? You know what I mean? That's a big one thing that they're gonna probably have to, Oh, Danny McBride wrote the story. Crazy. That seems, but the two daughters seems new. It seems fresh that it's possessing two people at one time. Yeah, it's a good premise. And then the little. I used to hate it back in the early 2000s, so I really don't like seeing it trying to make a comeback. That whole, the fake shakes really fast and it makes a new face or whatever, and it tries to be creepy. I don't vibe with that shit either. I don't really like that. And if they're gonna be doing that a lot, I'm really gonna hate this fucking movie. Yeah, this might be one of those. Sounded good on paper, but whoever made it did not really do a great job.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm vibing with this one either. I don't really have anything to say other than that. Like, it just doesn't give me, like, I don't feel scared by this, if I'm being for real. Like, is that, how trailers are supposed to give you that feeling of like eeriness or whatever?
Yeah,
I didn't really get that from this. Like, I'm not really, you know what I mean? Didn't really do anything.
And I know that they were trying to play the music, the original theme song, but I think it's just outdated. I don't think it works. I don't think it works as like a horror feel. And I know they were trying to do their best. They should have remixed it kind of like how how they did for the trailer for what was it? For Us, 5 on it. You know how like they took a hit song and they just made it, they slowed it down and made it creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they should have done with this one, because nowadays we're not scared by dun 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 dun, dun, you know what I mean? It's more like we need that slow thrill ride, and and that music doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, no, it feels like in the first one it works really well, and that first one still scares the shit out of me, but. Here, it feels corny. Is it right to say that?
Yeah.
Feels weird. It just feels weird.
Like they're not using it in the right way.
Yeah.
It feels like they're using it just for that reason.
The nostalgia factor.
Yeah, trying to get a cash grab out of it.
Yeah. They were like, well, we got the rights. Might as well, you know what I mean? Like there's no reason for it.
There's no risk being taken in this movie either.
Yeah, no. It doesn't look like it. Looks like an average scary movie.
Yeah. Streaming.
Yeah. Which is crazy shit.
Yeah, that an Exorcist movie would be streaming. It is what it is. We're eating good with a couple scary movies. I think we'll be all right without this one. And if I turn out being wrong and this movie is actually really good, then fuck it. I'll bite my words when I watch it on streaming. But as of right now, this shit does not look good to me.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, you neither.
No.
Streaming.
I hope Five Nights at Freddy's beats this fucking movie though.
Yeah, because it's coming out the same day now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's between that, because Saw moved, so it's just between them two. So hopefully Five Nights at Freddy did it, but you know what? They are putting this one straight to theaters, while Five Nights at Freddy's is gonna be streaming and theaters.
Yeah, but we've seen movies in theaters do ass, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. That's true. The Flash happened just recently.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this episode. The Exorcist Believer trailer is on YouTube if you guys want to go check that out. Let us know your guys' thoughts on that as well. If there's anything that we should have been talking about, a movie that you want us to review, you guys want to support us in a big way, Josh, let them know one more time where they can do all that.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. We post new episodes are up. You can hit us up there for anything you want us to cover, news, movies, so on and so forth. We will gladly do it. Listen to us on the go, anywhere you get your podcasts. That's YouTube, that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, yada, 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 etc., etc. This supports in a big way. Buzzsprout, links are in the bios I just gave you. You get special perks when you subscribe. You help us out. And you get a shout-out. So, we know you're there. And then when it's all said and done, subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
And we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.